will take time to come to terms with everything that happened in the Dominion. But time is the one thing we always seem to lack.
Did you see the pair that got hauled into tyres?
Aye, all their fancy silk stained red.
Thanks for not leaving me in the Dominion. If you hadn't come back, I might still be stuck there. I told Nan we flew back on the Phoenix, but she walloped me for telling fibs. Can you tell her it was the truth, Clive?
Clive. The whole realm's in chaos. But as the old saying goes, if you're gonna buy something, be quick about it. You'll not find a better price than that.
Welcome back, Sid. Oh, keep your mug handy. You look like you could do with a drink. As if setting up...
Good news, everyone! The casks have been liberated. Here's to Sid.
Don't be a stranger, Sid.
Seems the hideaway's lost its appetite. Can you blame them, with the skies as they are?
Sid! Look what the curse breakers brought back from Dalmekia. Said they were all the rage in Dalamil. Looks sort of funny if you ask me.
I'll be damned.
Have you had one before?
Something smells good. What are we having?
Bombs! And they are good. You should try one.
eh? The bloody great hole in it. Who ate the rest?
It's supposed to be hollow, silly. Haven't you ever seen Drake's Fang?
Battle cries of dread one die, in ruin lies less. As shrinks the glim, so spirits dim, unanswered call.
Ivan's newest dish is a masterpiece. Once you get over the urge to gag, that is.
Is a storm coming soon? Will there be thunder?
I was wondering when next you'd visit. With the darkening skies, but be that as it may, I have a few new notes that might interest you. I have quite the find for you today. If you have a question for me, I should be happy to answer it. always welcome, Clive.
Sid, did you know that chocobos are far more resilient to the effects of ether than most other beasts? Some say that's one of the reasons they were tamed for use as mounts and sumpters, so that an ether flood wouldn't mean instant death for their riders or drivers. Me, I reckon they built it up over generations. Too many foolish traders driving their birds into floods, and only the toughest surviving.
Is a storm coming, Sid?
It seems the hideaway's lost its appetite.
Trouble with your gear, or fretting about us, guys? Unless that is, I'll keep the forge up. What do I owe the honor? So, will it be? Not bad, if I do say so myself. Anything else?
Round and round the city clock, the wyvern chased the eagle. The birdie stopped to catch his breath. Down came the eagle.
Lady Karen told me that you've begun dealings with the Crimson Caravans. A word of warning. Tighten your purse strings when in Bocklad. They're a few shrewder than Eloise in matters of business.
Otto said you were in the Dominion when it fell. You weren't why it fell, were you?
What'll happen to the gardens?
Too many more days of this, and it won't matter how clear our water is or how rich our soil. Without the sun, everything will die.
We'll get through this, Martel. I promise.
Our toil, our sacrifice, will all be for naught if the sun is lost to us.
I heard the Emperor was impaled on his own son's spear.
Never.
Day on the boat? Kinslayer?
We're all gonna die! You hear me? The Akashic are coming and they won't stop until they've slaughtered every single one of us!
How do you suppose they'll manage that? You ever seen one of the blue bastards swim?
To the sky. Do you think Sid broke it?
Hush, you two. He did no such thing.
After Drake's head, I was beginning to wonder if you'd lost interest in Sid's grand scheme. But here we are. Another crystal cracked, another nation in disarray. You wear the mantle of outlaw well.
All this fuss over a few dark clouds. You'd think the people here had never seen a storm before.
That leather loosener was only the first of the discoveries the Olympic's gonna help us make. Just you wait, Sid. Just you wait.
We've received word that the displacement stacks have arrived safely in Canva. The rest is up to Mid.
The girls here can have Otto and Gav and Gareth and Cole and all the rest. My heart beats for another. Now, if only Lady Taya would let me into the infirmary to see him.
Is there anything we can do? It doesn't feel right sitting around waiting for the world to right itself.
Might be Goat has some work. That, or you could join the Curse Breakers. I can hardly lift my arms. The curse, it's...
You just need some rest. I'll stay here with you. If you'd like, that is.
The injuries suffered by both your brother and the prince were bad enough. But that wound above Joshua's heart is unlike anything I've ever seen. Were he not a dominant, I fear he would have succumbed to it long ago.
What will it be today? What is it that you wish to learn? One must understand one's place in the world. Very good.
Did you see that? Tell me you saw that.
There's barely been a shipment in since the skies started boiling. A few more days without a visit and we'll have to start eating the blankets.
Mother, save us. Might be hard now there's only one.
Then we're all doomed.
Expect me to work with the skies like this?
It could be raining garms and goblins for all I care. You get back to that log or I'll have your hide. I'd say we were in for a storm, but the lake seems to think otherwise.
We'll see these letters to the mainland as soon as Obolus deems it safe to sail. As for what awaits me there, well, we'll just have to see, won't we?
There's talk of these skies driving men mad. Most of the hideaways on edge.
Well, it's our job to calm things down. So don't you go spreading ill rumors.
I pity those in the villages.
What do you make of them skies, then?
Ill omen is what? We should call back the scouts. All of them.
How may I help you today, Clive? It's not true. We've lost so much already. Come to claim your just desserts? Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. You earned this. Come again. I may have more for you.
Otto, how fares the realm?
The realm? Oh, she's just fine. As long as you look past the fat storms out mother crystals and her skies are a roiling cesspit.
And Gav?
He's with your uncle in the Free Cities, helping Mid with her project. Sent an owl their way the moment the winds turned foul. Still waiting on a reply, though.
Do you have any good news?
Well, that depends on your definition of good.
All right, fine. What do you suggest we do?
Oh, no, I'm just a messenger. I leave the scheming to those more suited to the task. Could be that Lady Vivian and Old Tomes have their own thoughts on the current state of things. Could be that they don't. It certainly can't hurt to ask.
I suppose not.
I see that every report that comes my way makes it into the hands of both Lady Vivian and the Lawsmen. If anyone could tell you what might be barreling down the mountain towards us, it would be that pair.
How is it that every one of your little excursions presages some inexplicable catastrophe? Not that you are to blame for the Dominion's fate. No one could have predicted the actions of the Crown Prince.
I'm sorry I couldn't save your home.
My countrymen are stronger than you think. A few toppled clock towers won't break their spirits. They'll be back on their feet in no time.
I hope so.
Look at us. Bluer than a pair of bog crabs. Tempting though it may be, sulking will not help us find a solution to this mess.
You believe there's one to be found?
I don't know. But I am certain we're more likely to find it if we first examine the facts.
Beneath these darkened skies, fear and confusion reign over Valisthea. Oh, the lands around the fallen Mother Crystals had already begun to wilt for want of ether. But not like this. Crystals that filled wells and fueled furnaces, now nothing but pretty shards of rock. And those that hang from the people's necks cast nary a glimmer of light to keep the dark at bay. It is only a matter of time before the common folk convince themselves that the end of days is upon us. Yet I fear a swift end is more than we can hope for. While most of the world thirsts for ether, the remainder drowns in it, spawning Akashic in droves. And amidst the hordes of mindless beasts, with magics as like to fail as function, even the strongest nation would falter. Rosaria and the Iron Kingdom teeter on the brink of collapse, while the tragedy in Twinside has all but paralyzed the Holy Empire. Dhalmekia fares little better. Rumor has it the ministers fled the capital after the fall of Drake's Fang, leaving their beloved republic to crumble. Waloed, meanwhile, moves in earnest. The Einherjar has been sighted off Storm. The world, in short, is in chaos. It would seem our civilization was nothing but a castle of sand, to be washed away at the whim of the waves.
A castle of sand.
Not my best flourish, but it seemed fitting. The reports I've received are considerably more blunt in their appraisal. Without the protection of their nations, it will fall to the people to defend themselves against those who would take what is theirs.
Which is only ever going to end one way.
Defending a farmhouse against a band of chocobo thieves is one thing, but pitchforks and palisades will do little to stall an army's advance. Should the King of Waloed deign to invade, there would be none to stop him.
None but us.
Will we ever see the sun again?
Is a storm coming soon? Will there be thunder?
Let me guess. You're here about the skies.
Is there anything you don't know, Lawsman?
It doesn't take a court astrologer to augur the obvious. As for what has disturbed the heavens, that, I believe, is a question the Fallen might be better placed to answer than I. And on the 6th day did the gods tear the sun from the firmament, visiting darkness upon their prideful sons and daughters. But I dare say you remember your childhood lessons on the sins of Zemeckis only too well.
You think they're connected? That Ultima was one of the gods responsible?
Well, he has certainly exhibited powers that we mortals would associate with the divine.
There is nothing divine about him.
But he wouldn't be the first god of whom that could be said, now would he? Yet for all the fairy tales that tell of the sins, there is almost nothing in the way of actual historical accounts. Had I the Journal of Moss the Chronicler, I may have been able to tell you more, but alas, I fear all remaining copies have been lost to time. You will forgive me, I hope?
Certainly not. Because there is nothing to forgive. Even without this journal, you've provided us ample wisdom. And we will always be grateful for it. Perhaps Otto will be more inclined to share his thoughts when he hears what the others had to say.
Did you see that? Tell me you saw that.
Clive, we have a problem.
Only one. That would be a first.
It would. Actually, there are three. We had as many owls arrive while you were at the shelves. Martha's got Akashic out her gates, and talk of monsters roaming the hills outside of Northreach has put the wind up Isabel and her lot.
And don't forget Dalimil. Lubor says the village was raided by bandits.
When it rains...
It fucking pours. The curse breakers are spread thin, taking stock of the damage in the Dominion. And even if I could get word to all of them, I doubt they'd get here in time to make any real difference. Which means there's only two people who can.
Jill and I.
Let them know we're on our way.
The messages from Martha, Isabel and Lubor weren't long. But what they lacked in detail, they more than made up for in urgency. Our friends need your help.
I'm ready when you are, Clive.
Fucking thieving bastards!
As if life hadn't been hard enough round here since the fang fell.
Poor bastard. Couldn't run because of the weight of his load. Still, better a branded than one of us.
If you're wondering why Dalimil's in such a sorry state, you can blame the bandits. Them and the mercenaries who are guarding the gates. Though I can hardly fault them for running. Fighting would have meant death. Did for more than a few.
My shop? Why would anyone do such a thing?
If I had my pickaxe, I would have...
Don't get yourself worked up. You need rest.
All my finest pieces. All that hard work. Gone.
What are we to do? We could fight, but what would it cost us?
What's that Branded doing all on his own? Has he lost his master?
Here you are. I thought I told you to go and hide in the inn.
I tried, but they were everywhere. I was so scared.
Are you looking for something in particular? Fare you well.
Damn it all! Why did Kupka have to go and get himself killed? He was the only thing standing between us and this.
Fuck! How the hell did they find it? No one knew where I was keeping that kill.
They're not done with us yet. They'll be back for more. What then? Should we leave? But where would we go?
All my finest pieces. All that hard work. Gone.
So much for the men of the rock. The cowards took to the hills as soon as they saw the mob coming.
We saw it all from upstairs. The bandits came and started attacking everyone. It was really scary.
Sid, your new companion appears much more formidable than your uncle.
Should I be worried? You haven't been introduced.
Jill, Clive has told me much about you.
All lies, I'm sure.
Your Stolas said that Dalimil has a bandit problem.
Indeed. Although, you're a little late. They left with our food and guild days ago. Any idea where they went? The desert's a big place. Your guess is as good as mine. But the fact is, I have more immediate concerns.
What did you say to me? What did you say?
Ah, as if by magic. Let's just say we've yet to reach a consensus about how to solve Dalimil's little problem. And at this rate, it won't be the actions of the bandits which prove to be our undoing. It will be our own. I've tried reasoning with the dissenting parties, but even the Desert Hare has limits.
Perhaps we could talk to them.
What makes you think they'll listen to us?
What makes you think they won't?
She makes a fair point, Sid. And you won't have wasted much of your precious time if you fail. They're just across the courtyard. Suppose we just follow the shouting. They're both as stubborn as the lover's pox, and every bit as irritating. The more one insists on their proposed plan of action, the more the other rails against it. Oh, they've successfully split the town asunder just when we should be standing as one.
You wouldn't talk like that if it had been your men whose throats were slit. Blood for blood, it's the only way. We hire mercenaries and have them mount the bandits' heads on our walls as a lesson to the rest.
And what happens when those mercenaries are slaughtered like your men? Are you going to hire more? We're better off using that coin to buy food and supplies. If we hire mercenaries, the only thing we're buying is the bandits' ire. And you cannot fill empty bellies with that. Do you hear me?
But what happens when they come back? Maybe it'll be your throat that's slit.
That's enough. Both of you. Any more of this and I'll throw you out myself. Come back when you're ready to talk like adults.
Victor. What's he doing here?
Sid. And Lady Jill. What brings you here?
I was about to ask you the same thing.
Costness is in chaos, and the markets have all but ceased to operate. The Briar's Kiss here in Dalimil is the only place I can reliably obtain supplies. I was here to do just that when Master Lubor told me of his troubles. He thought I might be able to talk some sense into these fools. But if you're here, I suppose his patience must be waning.
Who are those people?
Those were the thorns in Lubor's side. And the reason this place might be headed the same way as Costness. It's these accursed skies. The darkness is enough to drive a man to madness. Or an entire city, for that matter.
We're still working on the skies. But in the meantime, perhaps we can find a solution to Dalimil's problems.
I hope so. For all our sakes.
Haven't we had enough fighting?
I know I bloody well have. The next time those two go for each other's throats,
I'm barring them both.
So, you see my predicament?
What I saw was a room full of people who were angry and afraid. And with good reason by the sound of it. But if left to smolder, that anger and fear could set the entire town alight.
My thoughts exactly. What to do? Both sides wish to protect their homes and livelihoods, if only they could agree on how. But as long as they are divided, we are vulnerable.
And if there's one thing bandits like, it's an easy target.
What would Sid the Outlaw suggest?
Well, if it were my namesake, he'd let them choose for themselves, and be on hand to pick up the pieces when it all went wrong.
That sounds like a recipe for disaster.
A recipe for disaster is precisely what it is. But perhaps that realization would be enough to make them question the ingredients. While it's plain neither Conrad nor Natalie will countenance the other's proposal, it may still be possible to make them doubt their own. Before presenting them with a third option.
And that would be?
To pool our resources and save the city ourselves. Why fight each other?
When all that fear and anger can be directed at the bandits.
It appears we have a plan of action. Victor, pay Conrad a visit. See if you can't convince him of his folly. I'll speak with Natalie.
As you wish.
Your faces are not well known in this town. That may prove useful. Don't worry, Victor and I will do most of the talking. You need only play along.
Play along?
What he means to say is yes.
Picture it, Conrad. Your own city guard. With you as captain.
Me? I don't know about that.
Buying more supplies? We might as well scatter seeds near a rat's nest. They're the problem, and only steel will solve it.
Next thing you know, Natalie'd be offering the bandits bed and board.
Hold on! I'll have my branded heal your hurts.
Ah, here she is. The Lady of the Spear herself. Conrad, may I introduce you to Jane, commander of the Red Wings, the oldest mercenary guild in the Free Cities.
A pleasure, my lady.
The pleasure is all mine.
As I told you, I summoned the commander here from Canberra to inquire about a contract.
Victor says you told him no. That there aren't any men left to hire. Is that true?
True as the crystals cracked. Nobles came and claimed every last one worth his salt. And not just from us Red Wings. You know of the 7 high houses. There must be 2 swords assigned each one. Granted, we have a few boys left. If it's boys you're looking for.
Well, Conrad, are you saying that Dalamil's finest cannot defend this town better than a gaggle of unblooded striplings? That a band of beardless youths could better avenge the deaths of your brave men than you yourselves?
Absolutely not. We'll show those bastards who they're dealing with.
I can't believe that actually worked.
Conrad's not what you call the brightest candle in the crypt. And there's a reason why I had you do the talking and not Sid. Well played, my lady.
Mummy, I'm scared.
I mean, it may still be possible to buy something, and we may yet be allowed to keep it.
Yes, but...
Ah, here he is now. Natalie, allow me to introduce Lord Underhill of Randalar's prestigious League of Merchants.
Lord Underhill. At your service.
Underhill?
I was just telling the good lady of our conversation, my lord, and how you were lamenting the state of the capital's stores.
Lubor says that not only are the granaries almost empty, but that war and the blight mean this season's harvest won't be enough to fill them for winter.
Indeed, certainly that is the case. The nobles in the capital are buying up the city's stocks of barley and wine, driving the prices higher than most commoners can afford. It is only a matter of time before the peasants revolt.
It is worse than I thought. If what Lord Underhill says is true, I fear we have little hope of supplementing our stores, meager though they regrettably are. And while I applaud your endeavors to dissuade our more bellicose citizens from seeking vengeance, I sense Conrad is not wrong in his assessment of the bandits' likely return. Which means that now, more than ever, we will need to secure what little we still have. Food, weapons, herbs, everything. If our humble town is to endure not only this hardship, but those that are certain to follow, we must stand united.
All right. If it will help to protect my home, I'll do it. But you needn't have gone through this charade.
Thank you, Clive. Your performance was nothing if not workmanlike.
She saw right through it.
I didn't say it was good, merely that it produced the desired effect. Now, my scouts should be returning shortly. Meet me back at the Briar's Kiss, and we shall see what we face.
I'm not convinced our roles in this ruse were entirely necessary.
It appears I have no
I don't know.
choice but to do what little
Conrad seemed quite taken with you.
What little we have. But I would not see any unnecessary blood spilt. We need a plan.
There's truly no chance for us to restock our supplies. That's it then. We shall have to do this the hard way.
All right, boy.
If I had my pickaxe, I would...
My shop.
Good news, Sid. Both Conrad and Natalie have somewhat gracefully accepted their new roles. With time, they may even learn to...
Time no longer appears to be the luxury it was before lunch.
I take it your scouts found the bandits.
Technically, it would be the bandits who found my scouts. It appears they march for Dalimil as we speak. All of them.
You're not serious.
They don't just want food, they want the whole damn town.
I have a favor to ask. I'm told the bandits march in two groups, one from the south and one from the desert, in a move doubtless intended to stretch our already gossamer-thin defenses.
Very well. Jill and I will meet those from the desert. But what of the rest?
The rest, my friend, the city shall fight. Together. The stakes, I concede, are high. But if this does not unite Dalimil, nothing will.
That is a lot of faith to put into those who had their hands around each other's throats but a moment ago.
Then it will be for us to see that their hands are kept occupied. And I do mean us.
I thought you might say that.
We'll hold them off for as long as we can.
And we will do the same.
The women folk have come to welcome us.
I'll take that one.
He's all yours.
Stay down!
They mean to overwhelm us.
Too slow.
Nice try.
The townspeople. Could they have held out?
I don't hear any fighting. What do you think?
That we should hurry.
Natalie, I owe you an apology. You did well out there. The inn would have been lost had you not held the line.
Without you, there would have been no line to hold. You saved us, Conrad. You saved Dalimil.
We all saved Dalimil.
Conrad seems to have had a change of heart.
I'd say they both have.
I take it from your presence that our visitors from the desert won't be joining us either. Pity.
The plan worked, Sid. Granted, it only took an army of bloodthirsty bandits at our gate.
Calm now, Victor. Why quibble over the details? We are united, and that is all that matters. As for you, Sid, you fight considerably better than you act.
I'll take that as a compliment.
So, where did you learn to swing a sword like that?
In a desert full of ne'er-do-wells, a woman has to learn to look after herself.
Dalimil's saved, and with our steel.
Those bandits were on the receiving end of some quality craftsmanship.
Dalimil will forever be in your debt. But don't go trying to take advantage of that.
Now, if I could only convince the people of Costness to work together.
It has long been my habit to keep a watchful eye on the comings and goings around Dalimil. I shall continue to do so, that our people might be warned of any further attacks. I pray that you continue to play your part too, not of outlaw, but of hero to the hopeless.
You fought very bravely. We would have been lost without you.
Knowing that you would have all been there to pick us up if we fell, gave us more than the courage we needed.
You, Branded, come with me. There are other wounded that need your attention.
The bandits may be no more, but look what they've left us with. We'll have a hard time putting this place back together.
Oh, nonsense. As long as we all do our bit, Dalimil will be back to her old self in no time.
Lubo did well to bring Conrad and Natalie together. It's like herding curls with them.
Oh no. Seems it isn't just metal the boy can bend to his will.
One minute they're at each other's throats, the next they're the best of friends.
I don't know how Lubor did it, but he did.
Hey, I know you. You helped Lubor fight off the bandits, didn't you? Thanks, mister.
Some of those blackguards were once men of the rock. I recognize their faces. How the mighty have fallen.
The finest sellswords in Storm couldn't hold a candle to our new town guard.
Fuck! How the hell did they find it? No one knew where I was keeping that kill.
The gentlemen of the town guard are a strapping bunch. Perhaps. But the gentlemen of the League of Merchants have deeper pockets.
Mummy, are the bad men going to come back?
No, darling, they're not. Never again.
We'll need to work hard if we're to restock the stores those brigands plundered.
You wouldn't happen to know if the pieces that were stolen from my stall were recovered, would you? They were irreplaceable.
If you ever do that again, I'll whip you to within an inch of your life. Run from your master, would you?
We haven't seen the last of those bastards. But when they attack again, we'll be ready for them.
First we find Isabel.
Heard a bloke saying he saw ghosts on the far side of the wall.
Ghosts? Then a wall won't stop them.
Nothing but ill tidings from beyond the wall these days. Floods, ghosts, famine. People are afraid to leave their homes.
what can I do for you? And a fine, fine day to you.
Can I interest you in some blades of mace, or perhaps a racer to a ginger? I'd be willing to trade if you got no coin.
I saw it with my own eyes. The whole of Oriflamme under a flood.
Then we're next.
The garrison's being sorely tested.
Then they'll be needing more tonics. Is it true the old capital's lost?
Times are hard. Your custom is most welcome, my lady.
And you shall have it again tomorrow.
I will give you 20 talents for that bird of yours. No, 30.
I told you to fuck off. She's not for sale.
Do you see that? It's an absolute disgrace.
If there are ghosts in the Royal Meadows, then why isn't a garrison dealing with them?
Four left for more on the captain's orders. Only 2 came back.
God help us.
You heard what happened in the capital. In Moor. What happens if the Aoife comes here too?
We run, that's what.
My brandy's been fucking useless since the skies went dark. I tried the lash, but the piece of shit can hardly spark a gleam, let alone fire my furnace.
Don't leave me, Pa. What did we do to deserve this?
It's all right. Give me your arm.
That thing, it took off the captain's head. Before he could even draw his steel.
I'm not going back out there. You hear me? Fuck this!
You saw those soldiers. You saw their wounds. Whatever's out there
is coming for us.
was all they could do to escape. They just left the bodies there in the flood.
We could leave. But where would we go?
The two soldiers were carrying another. He didn't have any legs.
What could do that to a man?
I heard the bells. Is the captain back already?
Did you not hear? The captain's dead. As are half our men.
The sunless skies portend the end. Our dragons all are flown. The world's aflame and chaos reigns, so I must sing alone.
Many of those fleeing the ether floods end up here. Noblemen, labourers, waifs. The Dame has welcomed them all. I sometimes wonder if we shouldn't all try to be more like her.
I can't do it. I can't fight those things. But you can. You must. For me. For us.
My lord. Milady.
We received the Dame's message. There have been sightings of strange creatures, I understand.
With the blue eyes. Yes. Like a Kashik, but different. They've taken so many. I've lost count.
Akashic, but different.
Ultimus thralls. And what of your mistress? Is she here?
Oh, no. She went to the garrison to ask what they were planning on doing about all this.
Then we'll look for her there.
We've seen little and less of the soldiers of late. Anyone would think they were hiding.
More arrived from the capital this morning.
I know. They could hardly stand.
The two soldiers were carrying another. He didn't have any legs.
Madame, please!
Half the garrison's been slaughtered by those things. We lost the captain this very morning.
We've tried requesting reinforcements, but there's been no word from the capital or the Dominion in days! What more would you have us do?
I would have you do your duty. Those at the Vale look to me for protection. And protect them I shall. Because they are my charges, and that is my duty. In case you have forgotten, the people of this town are your charges. But more than that, they are your people. Your sisters, your brothers, your lovers. So you have a choice. Lay down your sword and watch as they are slaughtered, or take it up and do what is right.
She speaks the truth, you know. This here, it's all we have. It's all that's left.
What we have left is our lives! Do you really want us to lose them as well?
Not if we don't have to. Look, there's a cask under the captain's bunk. Let's talk about this over a drink, eh?
I'm listening.
I'll have a word with him.
Clive. I didn't expect help to arrive so quickly, and sought to take matters into my own hands.
It was a noble effort, but I thought you might still need some support.
How like you to consider my needs.
What we need to consider is where the creatures came from.
The way the survivors speak of them, one would think they appeared out of thin air. And perhaps they did. It's hard to know what to believe these days.
We'll talk to the survivors.
I can't entirely blame the men of the garrison for losing heart. And they have provided a place for the injured.
That thing, it took off the captain's head.
Did you see the creatures that attacked you?
Creatures? Yeah, they came out of nowhere. They went for Joseph first, then me, and then they were just gone.
Do you remember where you were?
On the road from Oriflamme. We just passed Moor when... Where's my Joseph?
It's all right. Just rest now.
I thought everything would be all right once we left the capital. But nowhere's safe anymore. Is it?
It's all right.
My family.
You're a pikeman, yes? What happened?
I've got family in Moor. I heard the flood was spreading, so I went to see if they were all right. And a pack of them glowing things found me in the meadow. I ran for my life. I never did get to the village.
Leave that to us.
At least we have an idea of where the thralls might be now. We should head for more.
With no one to defend the place. Moor's days are numbered.
You're safe now.